Hello Scorpio, thank you for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Modern Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. For the supportive Oracle cards, I'm going to use the Angel Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Alright, what do we got here? Okay. Alright, that's a curious reading. Alright, so you're the third water sign I've done in this series. I do them in ascending order: Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But each water sign had one overall card I'm noticing here, so it seems like water's going through something in this time frame. Your overall energy, I like it. I like it. And I say that in the sense of, like, if I was in your shoes, it's not a bad card. The Seven of Wands, which is overcoming difficulty, achieving success through your own efforts. Anything else? They're like, not yet, so we might be coming back to that. They're pulling that down towards this spot here, I'm noticing. Okay. It's going to touch in the center. I just got to put it back where they put it, and then it'd be fine. Okay. Now, I'm getting the Knight of Wands. And wands for me are very much fire. Very much fire. And I am, especially with the colors on this card, I still feel very fire. Clearly, the Knight is on a bird, which is an air sign, air thing, air feeling. But it's very much, I feel a lot of fire here. I feel a lot of swift movement. I feel a lot of quick start, quick to walk away, quick to start, quick, like a lot of quick starts that are just like, that's all they are, quick starts, and then that's it. And I feel like this is repetitive of this person. Like, start, and then, run up there and get it going, and then just kind of walk away, and then, oh, let me get something going, and then walk away. Like, I feel like that's what's going on. I feel like this is repetitive with this person in this situation. And they're doing this quick start, walk away, quick start, walk away, and I feel like you might be picking up... Are you picking up the pieces? I'm getting like a yes-no thing here. So, are you stuck with some of it? Alright, so it's not like you have to pick up the pieces. It's kind of like you're left holding the bag. And... Alright, so you're doing this, but this is kind of getting on your nerves. I'm thinking that's what's happening here. Like, somebody gets something going and they can just kind of walk away and you're just left holding the bag. So it's not, you're not, so the difference between holding the bag and picking up the pieces is, like, picking up the pieces, you're trying to help somebody. You're just getting in there and finishing what they started. Holding the bag, though, is like you're in it with them and they just kind of walk away. And it's up to you to make sure this thing that you're also invested in works out. It's kind of like the choice, like you feel like you have to. When you're left holding the bag, you're feeling like you have to pick up the slack. I get the strength here. Like you seem to be stomaching this for a little while. This is gonna tick you off sooner rather than later, is what I'm getting. Although I'm not seeing you like freak out about it. You do have, they're like reminding me, like you have this Seven of Wands, like which is fire to me. You're getting over it. You're moving on. You're not letting it become a problem, but you're overcoming the adversity here. You have this strength. You're doing it. I don't feel like you're getting through this without being aggravated, and you have to be venting that some way, because I'm feeling the aggravation from it right here already. Like, I'm feeling like, oh, what is wrong with you? Like, stop starting stuff if you're not going to stick with it. You know, stop sticking me with, you know, holding the bag here where I have to finish everything. I'm getting, like, you're not, like, losing your mind angry, but you're just kind of, like, aggravated about it. You might be venting that somewhere else, though, is what I'm feeling. Like, you might just be kind of like, whatever. Now, I'm getting this come forward here to the Two of Pentacles between you and the other person. Now, again, I'm not seeing you scream or yell at anybody. You are aggravated, though. And I feel like you're bringing this conversation forward. You're talking with this about talking about the situation with this person. You might be coming off a little energetic, but you're not angry. Now, what I mean by that is, like, you might make an impact, like, I had to finish that. But you're not, like, screaming at him, like, you stuck me with that. You're like, it's different. You have a different tone. You're not really happy about it, but you're not coming at them with, like, teeth. You know what I mean? You're coming at them in the sense of, like, I did finish that off. You left me with that. Like, just kind of like, do you realize, like, it's kind of how it feels like it's coming off. Like, do you realize you left me holding the bag, and yes, I took care of it, but that's still not right. I feel like that's the energy here. You're not coming at them with teeth, but you're coming at it in a sense of, like, do you realize, you left me holding the bag here. You left me holding the bag here. Like you want to stop leaving me holding the bag? You want to, like, try to hold up on your end of the bargain? Just for fun? Just for something different? Want to give it a shot? I feel like if this is hitting, it's kind of coming off. I almost feel like you're trying to amuse yourself with how you're talking about it too. Almost like you're having a little bit of a playful attitude about it, just so you can stay on a more cheerful note, because it is a little aggravating. I mean, you're not really impressed with it. Let's put it that way. This isn't, and I'm noticing here, this is where you got that seven. That Seven of Wands is touching that card partially. And I am also seeing there's three cards in succession that it's touching the first one, which I feel like it's touching all three of them, if that makes sense. This is going over the next few months. Next few months? Yeah, next few months. Which it clearly says there, but the other two cards that are with it, they're all oracle cards. The next few months, choosing a new direction, and then compromise, if you can't see that. If I can move my fingers out of the way, probably not. This is how they're coming together, and is it this? Nope, it's this one over here. Is where that card was touching the top of it. Like, you're overcoming it. You're trying to keep on it. I feel like you're talking with this person. You're keeping communication open. It's not that you don't like this person. It's not that at all. And I feel like that might be actually why they're getting away with this a little longer than usual. Because you actually do. You favor them a little bit. You like them. But you're just kind of like, you're starting things and you're walking away. Not good. I cheated. This is on their side in the future, but it's face down. It's looking for a sign. So how is this playing out? Alright, this is what I'm getting. This is kind of their overall energy through the whole situation. The Knight of Wands. In the beginning here, before you say anything, I'm getting, like, the intensity of how much they're leaving. I'm trying to think of how to put this. Like they do 20% and leave you with 80% in the beginning. And it's happened a couple times, 2-3 times at least. But then as it keeps going forward, I'm getting, like, you're keeping on them, and that, like, goes down to, like, 60-40. You keep keeping them on it a little bit more. Whoever this person is, you're keeping them on it a little more. And they're not leaving you with as much, but they're still leaving you holding the bag. Not with as much, but it's still not okay. Like, they're doing more, noticeably more than they were in the past, because you are keeping on them about it. But one, you have to keep on them about it, which is not something you're impressed with. And two, they're still doing it. Not as bad, but they're still doing it. And, like, you're not looking to be hall monitor or whatever you want to call it, traffic cop, whatever you want to call it. And you're not really cool with, like, you're still walking away. You're not, like, you're doing more, but you're just not doing as much as you should be. It's still not right. So this is why this goes over a few months. There's choose a new direction and compromise here. And I'm getting on their side, the face down is look for a sign. They want out of this situation. This isn't working for them because you're calling them out, and they seem to be not liking that. Which, like, just being rational about it, like, that doesn't seem right to me, because they're starting these things, but I feel like they have the idea where they should be able to start things and let somebody else finish them. That's what they're looking for. They just want to start things and let them be, and let somebody else finish them. That's what they want. And the fact that you're not letting them do that, they don't like that. So they're looking for a sign to get out of this situation. They don't like it. They don't think this is how. It's not about what's right or wrong. It's just they don't think this is for them. If that makes sense. It's not about what's right, what's wrong. That has nothing to do with it for them. They're just like, I don't like how this is going, and I don't think this is for me. So they're trying to step out of it. And I feel like this is where the compromise comes in. Like, they're choosing a direction, and the compromise is like, for example, if you're working on a certain situation with this person, they're getting replaced with someone else. That's your compromise. Because you stay involved in the situation, but this person, whoever this is, they're removed from the situation, and somebody else takes their place. Does this make sense? They're telling me it does. Does it make sense? All right. So whatever the situation, like, I guess if it's a work situation, it makes the easiest sense to me. And you're like coupled up on a project, or there's a couple people in this, and there's somebody you're having to keep tabs on and keep them involved, and they don't like it because they want to be able to just start something and walk away. They feel like that's somebody else's job to finish the situation. They just want to be the one who starts it off and gets it going. And then they want to walk away and leave it for somebody else. They seem to think it's not about right or wrong. That's what they want to do, and they feel like because you're not letting them do that, this isn't the project for them, and they find a way to get out, and they take it. That's what they look for a sign looks like, because it's face down. It makes me feel like you don't realize this is happening. They're finding a way to get away from the situation. And I guess that's going to depend on the situation, how they actually do that. Because somebody else takes the position, but I feel like you're not happy about this. Whatever, this change is not sitting with you well. You get the Five of Cups. Like, you're happy that somebody else is in the situation that's going to hold up their side the way they should. But I feel like the way this person left, I'm not overly impressed with it. Especially if it's a work situation. I'm getting this person kind of made it look like it was your fault that they couldn't really do this anymore, and that's not fair. Really? They made it seem like the two of you had a hard time working together, and that's how they got out. But they were looking for a way out, and that's just what they found that would get them out the easiest, so they took it. I don't feel like that's the best. I don't like that. Is that really? They're insisting that's how that's playing out. So if it's a work situation, this person, whoever you're working with here or dealing with, that does these quick stops and these quick starts and walks away, and then you force them to stay involved, it seems fair to me. I am connecting with Scorpio energy, I get that, but still, it still seems fair to me. Although I'm a Pisces, I'm conducive with Scorpio energy, so that's probably another reason, so I'll give you that. But still, it seems like I don't feel like this is weird. To me, this is weird how this is working out, where this other person doesn't want to be a part of it, really. They just want to start things and walk away, and they feel like they should be allowed to do so. I like the way you view it better, though, if this is hitting, because it seems more fair to me that, if you're going to start something, see it through. Like, don't just leave it to somebody else to finish. Unless you agree that in the beginning, I'll just get it started and then, I'm done. But I don't feel like that's what's happening here. Because when this is all said and done, I don't feel like you're happy with this person. I feel like you're not. I feel like you're kind of disillusioned by what happened, and you're not really impressed with how it all played out. It doesn't seem to me like it was really fair. But somebody else took the spot, and I feel like they're doing a lot better, and this works out a lot better in the realm of, like, everybody doing their fair share. This person, I don't know. I feel like they're just looking for a way out, and it's almost like one of those attitudes, like, all is fair in love and war, which I'm not really a big believer in myself, but some people are, and that's their business, but I feel like that's how they're handling it. Like, I went out, it's this type of situation, so I can do what I want to get out, and it's all fair. I just don't like the way this is handled. I'm feeling like I don't like the way this side is handled. I don't like it, but I don't know why I'm caught up on that, but I guess I should let it go. I'm getting also here, like, when you're trying to work this out in the beginning, maybe you want to ask them if they prefer, Like, if there's a way for them out, maybe you want to bring that forward, like, and just offer to help them find a way to move on to something else if this is not for them. I don't know if that's going to really work. It's a possibility. I just don't like the way this is working out. And I feel like maybe you could be that one looking for the sign for them. Like, you want out? I'll help you find a way out that doesn't throw me under the bus, basically. I feel like you're going to get annoyed, though, if you realize they're doing that. That might be a whole different conversation. They're saying this could be negated if you're not careful. If this other person wants out because you're holding them to do their fair share, which seems rational to me, I feel like this could negate this card is what they're warning about. Be careful about treading in that direction, because I feel like that could make you angry, because it doesn't seem fair. And I'm also getting like, maybe you want to communicate with people around you if this is a work environment situation, so that they know exactly what's going on the whole way through, instead of somebody later on saying something like, oh, well, this is what we thought was happening. One of those things. That seems like something you'd prefer not to do, but maybe it's best for the situation. If that makes sense. Like, before somebody else, kind of makes it look like you're the problem, maybe if you just keep the right people informed about what's actually happening in just kind of a quiet way, just so everybody knows what's actually happening. That way you don't end up getting accidentally thrown under the bus, for example, when it really isn't right. Because I feel like you're making sure things work out. You should not be you should not be looked at poorly for that. That's not right. And I feel like that's where I'm getting kind of like a little, I'm almost getting like a little bit like, this isn't right. If this is happening the way it looks like here, I'm getting like the way this other person kind of steps away, it has a negative effect on you and you're not happy about it. Now, if everything's communicated well, I feel like this can work out. If the other side is actually coming towards you and saying like, that they just like to start things and then let other people take control, that could work out if you're like, all right, well, let's see what we can do to make that more conducive, because I feel like this is the energy you're dealing with. This is somebody who likes to start things, but then leave it for somebody else to finish. There might be a way you can work that out to your liking, to notice that energy is there. And if this person isn't allowed to do things that way, they are going to want an out. So if you can't find a way for that to work out conducive for both of you, then you might want to find a way to like bring up a conversation like, would you prefer we change this situation somehow where you could work with a different project where you could maybe do that, or somebody would be more conducive with that. I feel like I'm looking for a resolution because of the way, I don't like this is the way this is playing out, and I would like to see it different. So I'm hoping if this comes at the right time, you see it for what it is and you're able to change this, because I really don't want to have this end where you end up feeling like you were used or thrown under the bus when that wasn't really fair. So I'm feeling like if you see it for what it is during this conversation, maybe this could work out better for you and this other person. I feel like you both can find a better way for this to work out. I feel like they're going to walk away sooner or later anyway. That's bound to happen is what I'm getting. But if you're both on the same page about why, what they actually want, trying to work it out with them. If you can't work it out, trying to help them find another way so they can change projects or whatever that is. I feel like that'll work both for you and for them. Good? Alright, they're telling me to leave it what it is. I might be beating it to death. I apologize. Let me just move on from this. And that way, if you need a reading about this, you can just shoot me an email. The email for me is James for astral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.